almost like clockwork, we are here yet again to discuss Xbox Game Pass, and whether or not it's helping or hurting the gaming industry at large. So, without further ado, let's break that all down. Up next. What's going on, guys? It's Kalo, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and welcome to the Level Up. So, it's very routine we go every couple of months to discuss Xbox Game Pass and the long-term viability of the platform. Personally, I do subscribe to Game Pass Ultimate simply because a lot of games I like to play live on the platform. So, really, at the end of the day, it's a no-brainer to me. Plus, now more than ever, I am truly using the whole game anywhere kind of mentality, especially when talking about cross-saves to my PC and my Xbox Series X, along with a little bit of cloud streaming every now and then. And when we factor in the much larger problems in gaming that span all developers and console makers, being the overall price of said games, Xbox Game Pass is quite simply the best gaming deal around. Now, I get some people have pushback of the idea that Xbox Game Pass is really good or bad, and whether that's valid or not, I'm simply gonna leave that up for you to decide. But recently, self-proclaimed experts in the world of gaming say this model is very unsustainable and it's bad for developers. Now, on the surface, I'd simply reply it's been about 7 or 8 years since Xbox Game Pass was a hardcore thing for Xbox. And that means it's been 7 or 8 years of developers signing deals to be included on this platform. So this would kind of lead me to connect the dots here and say, if it was truly bad, why on earth would they continue to sign deals to be included into Game Pass? But we need facts to back these wild claims, right? Well, I want to now bring an official voice of reason into the fold, being the communications director and publishing manager for Pocket Pair, which, in case you don't know, that's the studio behind the viral sensation Palworld. And speaking of Palworld really quickly, last year this game exploded online, and it's still chugging right along despite countless legal battles with Pokemon. And let's just throw this little bit of details into the mix as well, it was a day one game on Game Pass. Quote, Expedition 33 is the latest game to unwillingly get dragged through gaming Twitter, as people debate the viability of Game Pass. I feel like I've just a little more knowledge on the topic than most, so I'll just say yes. Yes, it's very worth having your game on Game Pass. I speak from the POV of an indie, by the way. I have no experience working in the AAA space, so I'm not going to say what sort of deals are cooked up there. But we have shipped 2 games on Game Pass, and we are very happy with both. So all I can say is, I am very happy with the experience I've had. I mean, there you have it, pretty plain and simple, but hey, what do I know? I'm just a talking head on the internet that apparently fell off. This is something we've heard countless times, not only from Pocket Pair, but other Game Pass partners in the past as well. But that's the big deal I kind of want to focus in on. It's the fact that those are the same partners that keep coming back to continue to release games on Game Pass. This signals that their initial launch on the service went pretty damn well, which means it's simply become a no-brainer to release their next game on the platform as well to potentially see the same output. I've always said Game Pass gives developers, especially the smaller ones, a massive platform to market their games online. Game Pass's sheer business model is, hey, there's a ton of games here for you to play. And if you really mess with a certain game, you can then go on to buy it fully and make it your own. This is also where I look to games like Pentiment and Grounded as well, that have found massive success because of the platform that Game Pass is. I also want to stress the point that not every single game released on the platform is gonna pop off. That's quite simply not the case. There's a whole other conversation to be had for AAA massive scale games and whether they're more well suited for Game Pass or not. I also want to stress this doesn't mean entirely that Xbox will be the leading platform for games sold. Rather, it's just a damn good platform to get out there in front of as many people as you possibly can. I mean, Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is a prime example of a more recent game that found its audience on Game Pass, and it's now off to critical acclaim, with some touting it as one of the Game of the Year contenders. And just speaking from a more personal perspective here too, I wouldn't have even thought to play this game simply because on the surface it doesn't look like something I tend to play normally, but since it is available on Game Pass, I have a route to play it, or at least try it out for myself and see what I think of it at the end of the day. But with all that being said, I'm gonna pass it off to you guys. What do you think about Game Pass? Is it gonna be a long-term thing? Is it a short-term thing? Let me know in the comments down below. But that about does it here. I've been K-Lo. I gave you the lowdown on all things gaming, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and this has been the Level Up.